Hey y'all, it's Joe Richardson here. I am going to talk about Georgia Texas A&M and preview the Georgia Tech game, which you'll see what I have to say. For now, we just talk about how Georgia seemed to be a pretty dominant start against A&M. As much as I like to say, it wasn't. I mean, it was the conditions were bad to start with, so Georgia didn't really get going at first, but neither did A&M. But Fromm at one point was 4 of 15 passes, and he'd finished 11 for 23. However, so he didn't. His percentage went up after the 4 for 15 start, and and before he threw the ball better, he was able to get a touchdown pass to Pickens, who caught two balls for 57 yards along with the TD. Now, on that same drive, Kyrus Jackson caught a 22-yarder and Simmons caught a 27-yarder from one sideline to the other sideline before finally getting the ball to Pickens in the end zone. So that was basically he had a 3 for 4 drive, in which made him 4 for 15, but he started completing more balls after that. I think his only other completion was to Warner for 7 yards before that drive. So, so for any UGA fan who watches this and wants to criticize from, the rain obviously had an effect. Hopefully that won't be the case when they play the SEC championship game. It really won't be a factor at all because it's an indoor stadium. So that's the good news of that. But you gotta think, you can't just criticize him. Yeah, sometimes he does miss receivers even when the conditions are good, but you gotta remember he stepped in as a true freshman and played well, and also last year. But yet, there's still haters out there, and I just want to say, shut up. And as far as talking down on Kirby, yes, there's some things. His play calling can be so conservative, like especially in the fourth quarter. It's so crazy. It's not all Coley. Supposedly Kirby's responsible for what Coley calls. So, again, shut up. So, there. Alright, I had to get that out. So please stop criticizing Fromm and Smart. As long as we beat LSU and Georgia Tech, we'll be in the playoffs. So, so, so you do know that Georgia had a 19-6 lead. Rodrigo was 4 for 4 on field goals as well, and his longest of the game was 49. So he still has range on his kicks. And he only had one extra point attempt as Georgia tried a 2-point conversion and failed. However, however in the fourth quarter, A&M scores a touchdown, converts the extra point, which makes it 19-13. So Fromm, on the other hand, 11 for 23, 163 yards, or 168, 163 yards, and a touchdown with no interceptions. So he hasn't been throwing interceptions. And Swift had 103 yards on the ground. Harrion was only averaged 3 yards per carry and only had 30 yards rushing on 10 carries. But Swift caught some passes as well for 29 yards. So, yeah. Swift shows that he's got the hands to tote the ball and catch. So, anything else I want to look at? Kamara had some beautiful punts that went inside the 10. Yeah, so he had some that would pin the A&M deep. But A&M did have a touchdown to one of the better receivers on the A&M roster late in the fourth or during the fourth quarter. However, Georgia's defense was able to hold up, and Georgia's offense basically finished in the victory formation. So once A&M put the ball back with some time left, Georgia was able to run out the clock and get down the field. Yeah. Mine, 275 yards passing, 25 of 42, 275 yards, one TD, no interceptions. However, his running back had 11 carries for 7 yards, and Mon had negative rushing yards due to the sacks. Fromm had negative 20-something rushing yards. Negative 20, I think. I don't know. 20-something, negative 20-something yards. Yeah, Fromm took some sacks as well. But he ain't a runner, and people who say we need more of a quarterback, that may be true, but pocket QBs are still good to have, especially since they tend to be better passers a lot of the time. Some of those dual threat quarterbacks are garbage, and I'm not saying they are in college, but some of them at the pro can be garbage. I mean, my friend, this Mormon guy I met, he thinks Lamar Jackson was going to be garbage. Well, I think the guy's been proven wrong. I thought he would be too, honestly. And I think Kyler Murray, if you see one of my videos, I talk about him and what I think he's going to do. But yeah, they beat the Falcons, and it's probably Matt Bryant's fault, the kicker, but I ain't going to talk Falcons here. Sorry. I don't even have a video of them, and there's reasons behind that I won't get into. So, preview. So Georgia holds on. Okay, good. And my friend got to enjoy the A&M game, so I'm glad she and her husband had a good time, even with it raining and stuff. That was great. So, anyways, Georgia Tech, 2 wins, 8 losses. Is that right, or something like that? Or did they go to 2-9? I don't know. Yeah, Georgia Tech, I think, has only won 2 games. I think Georgia Tech, not a very good team. Obviously, I don't want to give any Tech fan a hard time if any of them ever see this video. But yeah, new coach, Paul Johnson retires. He had an ACC championship, early in his Georgia Tech coaching career. But he realized, people realized that true option did not work that great in ACC, because he started having average seasons or below average seasons with the triple option. I mean, he was still going to bowl games a lot of the years, but he still has some double-digit win seasons with the triple option, like 9 or 10 win seasons. I don't know if he even had another 11 win season after that one year. We probably kept Tech from being a potential national championship, a bid. We probably kept them from that one year, I think, when Tech was the favorite to win. but they still went